Alright, I get a few Facebookers in here. I guess y'all say hello, see what's up, y'all post up. Let's make sure all this stuff's working here. I ain't did a video in a while. I can't do two platforms. You have to subscribe to this thing, so I'm not trying to do that right now. So, don't see anything on people typing. There we go. There you guys are dropping in there now. Sounds good to me. What's up, Brad? How are you? All right. Got about 9 people in here. We'll run a song and we'll be ready to go.
Yo, South Jersey don't play when it come to real power. This ain't your cousin's bench top trash. We talk about Danny 1, 2, 3. He decided wizard torch in hand, steady as truth. 28 G's like
I want to thank Mike Smith for making these songs. He did a really good job.
Bird has certified, not cheap. Linear amps built like tanks, precision tune. He cracked them like art, man, no peak watch balloon. One bird hash mark at a time. It climbed till that needle dance like it's caught in the grime. This South Jersey legend ain't selling sparkle. He's selling signal, pure, raw, and darker. So when you tired of lies, tired of peaks, call Danny 1, 2, 3, where real wattage speaks. Call it how it is. South Jersey's own Danny 1, 2, 3. Real bills, real power. No tweaker, watch this truth.
Alright, so here's what we have going on here. I had jumped down a rabbit hole and decided to go back into the wonderful world of drivers. Drivers are great. We need good drivers. These drivers that I worked with and designed and went down this rabbit hole for a couple weeks is filling some holes. I had lots of holes in my build line, and by taking and adding, I decided to add transistors that I hadn't ever worked with too much. And that would be said the HG2290, HG454. Now these are two parts that I haven't visited in many years. To my surprise, these little amplifiers get up and go. And I made some pretty cool combinations. We're going to look at all of them. So if you guys, like I said in my description on Facebook, that bring the popcorn, every lid's coming off of every amplifier here. There's one on my bench, so that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 amplifiers. So we'll be testing 7 amplifiers tonight. Hopefully my voice holds up for it. And we're going to go through this, and you're going to see one version or the other would do the same amount of watts, but a different combination, which makes it very versatile. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, and it's coming right up. But with that said, let's take a look at what's going on here. So let me grab another little pad here. Lock that in. Move this out of the way. So what I have here is in this chassis is a 2-pill, 2 transistors. And this is 2 HG454s in here with variable control. Nice little driver. Right here is its twin. It's got 2 2290s in it. Alright, we're going to run that one first. And then we'll move on. I think I have a 3-pill here. So I have a 4-pill here, non-control. I have a 5 transistor here, all 2879s. I have another 5 transistor, all 2290. And the last one is a 5-pill as well, and it has a 2290 drive-in, 454s. So this is going to be a good video. So if you guys want to just kick back, relax, you may not catch everything. You may leave, you may come back. It's going to be a fairly long video. Hopefully you'll all be able to take and view all of these things. Now this is the first time that I've shown this equipment to the general public. Some close personal friends, yeah, obviously we converse about it a little bit. But I did want to give a shout out to Scooter and Lady Criddle out of North Carolina. They do my decals for me. You guys all know that for years. And this is the font, or the graffiti font, that I decided to pick for South Jersey. But I hand cut all the black on here. And after I figured out exactly what I wanted, because they're not all perfect, as you can see, I did it with a pair of scissors. It was like an art class there for a little bit. But I got all that stuff packed up. It's getting shipped out tomorrow, and they're going to plot all this bubble work out for me, and the stickers will be, I'll be able to take them right out of the package and then put them right in an amplifier. What that's going to entail is going to save me a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to take and do the stickers and such. So the paint job on these units are all standard. They're all going to look the same on the inside and the outside. So there's no going to be, I want this color, I want that color. I'm not doing that in this line. But this line is going to cover from 2 transistor 2290 454 all the way to 32 pill. Every box, including an infamous 6 transistor that everybody loves. I don't love them. But anyway, I'll build them for you. Let's start it. Let's get this going. So here's, again, a little 2290 2 transistor unit. You all should understand and know what they're about ready to see, but it's a nice little unit. This has a 92 millimeter fan in here, and it works really well. This fan kit on here really pushes quite a bit of air in there. But anyway, there you go. You have a little 5 amp relay and your circuit for 2 2290s. So there you go. You get normal attenuation on it and such. So let's take a look and see how she runs. And we're going to start with my radio down low, about 12.5, and we'll lift it up a little bit just for people can see different performances of how the radio will change the drive level and the output level and the peak level of each individual amplifier. So we're going to be working our potentiometer quite a bit on the radio itself for the voltage to bring it up and down. We're going to do all these tests at 14.8, 14.9 volts. Hey Al, how are you? Disco City #2. Really enjoyed the party yesterday. Him and the Dave Made crew threw down a big picnic, and it was great. So we had a good time over there. All right, let's move on. We're just going to take and fire it up. And let's see a microphone. All right, first off, we'll have a couple different amp meters running. Turn this one on real quick for you. Do I have any amps in? Well, let's see if it zeroes out by itself. Battery light's on. All right, let's ditch this one. Let's go and ditch it. We'll go with the on. I have an amp meter up there, and we'll probably just mostly use it, but I'll go ahead and do this one. Select. I don't use this one very often. I don't know if there's a clear. There's a hold. No? Okay. That's it. She's on. She's running. Yeah. Audio. All right, well, I guess we'll start right here at the amperage. Audio. 20 amps out of 2 transistors. And guess what? They're running. This is at 12.5 volts. Here's the slugs. We're going to show a 5 watt slug going back to my radio wattage, which would be a 25 watt slug. Then we're going to use the Dave May Digital RMS and peak. That is just going to leave a 2500 watt slug in there. And then over here I got a 500 watt slug, which is pretty dang tight. And then over here I have the 1000 watt slug. So there's your slug configuration. And we'll be looking at the one on the left, 2500 on that. And here we go. So let's look at our, well, man, that had a lot of amps to it, didn't it? Audio, 1, 2, what's up, Shay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, audio. 18, 19, 20 amps. All right, let's look at my radio drive. It's pretty soft. 12.5. Radio drive. So about 7, maybe 7.5 on a good day. Alright, here we go. Audio, 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 audio. Alright, input reflect is 5 watt slug, so each line is 1/10 of a watt. Each little line. Audio 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, a little over 1/10 of a watt. And let's take a look at the 500. Center scale, the 10 it'd be 100. Each one's 5. Audio, 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 audio. I take that back, maybe it is 550, whichever. Alright, so each one's 20, here's 1,000. Here, 1, 2, audio, 1, 2, 100 watts. Alright, let's just look at the digital real quick. Audio 1, 2, audio 1, 2. Could probably make this a little quicker if I just did the digital. I got a lot of boxes to test. Alright, here's your picker, tweaker, tweaker, picker, picker, tweaker, 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 picker, audio, audio. And we'll hit the peak one up here on the KW slug. And as a picker, tweaker, tweaker, I didn't warm up the pills. That's what it is. Audio a little over 300 up there. But, good little driver, man. These things just get up and go. Now, that's with a pretty soft radio. And I'm going to show you we did 100 watts. I'm going to roll the potentiometer back. I'm not jerking around my dead key too much, but I'm going to have to a little bit on this one. Alright, let's look at inputs. Audio, audio, all the way back, all the way back, all the way, all the way. So they went up just a smidge. Let's see what happened to the peak. We're doing like 300. Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 125. Let's see what our RMS is. Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's not measured. 50. Let's look at the 1,000. I'll be able to measure it on that. Audio, 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 20. Yeah, 25, 30 watts. So that's like, go down to almost nothing. And here is RMS again. Audio 1, 2. There's 50 watts. Audio, audio. Show me about 40 there. And here's the picker tweaker, turn it up a little bit, 175, 200. So, obviously you have a lot of range you can do with the potentiometers. That's why they're on there. You can control your amp, your other amplifier if you don't want to drive it so hard. It's pretty important, that's for sure. So, this is, like I said, just a little 2290. We have a lot of amps to go through. So we're going to push on forward. So mark it down. We did about 20 amps on that one. I do want to take and go to a higher powered radio. So we're just going to go right to it. A higher powered radio. And this will be a higher powered radio right here. Dead key there. There we go. All right. Let's look at a higher powered radio. Audio, 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 audio. Now it's about 8.5, 9. It should be about 9 bird. Audio, audio, audio. Yeah, right there, about 9 bird. Look at my input reflection. Audio, what's up, assassin? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, now, did we gain anything on the peak, really? Higher driving radio, 1, 2, 1, 2, audio. Not really. Did we pick up any on RMS? Audio, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. About 25 watts. The peak probably followed a little bit, but maybe not. Either way, it'll take the higher powered radio, but I'm not. Let me rephrase that for I won't confuse people. A Cobra 29 producing 9.5 bird to 10 bird. All right, that's higher powered compared to 7 or where I was at. Now, I'm not. I have to make this statement because people are really getting this confused in all different types of platforms. I see stuff. If you have a dual funnel radio or Striker, Connex, any of those types of radios, if it has a potentiometer on it, I highly suggest you do not run that radio into an amplifier with a potentiometer on it, including the Texas Stars as well, especially them. They have biasing and you guys don't know if it's in or out. And typically they're in. But you're going to overdrive the dang thing, you're going to tear some stuff up, and you're going to say, oh, this thing ain't no good, this and that. No, you're taking and putting a 454 big block into a Pinto. And you're leaving the stock rear end in it, man. You're going to tear it all apart if you start doing that. So, choose your radios wisely and your amplifiers to get a nice match up between them. Because if you don't, nothing's going to work right. And it's not the builder. I've been doing this for a long time, and a whole lot of other people have been doing this for a long time. And quite honestly, I think you guys should got the memo a long time ago about big radios and potentiometers. All right. So, moving forward, we just seen all that great stuff on this little 2-transistor unit. It runs like a dream. I love it. In fact, I've been using this box here to drive a 16 at about 15, 8 volts or so. And man, this thing makes that doggone 16 roll every bit of 15 to 1750 all day long. And it's just as smooth as glass. A lot of audio comes out of them. They're on frequency, man, and they just run. And they run really well. So bear with me, I gotta pop a screw or two in here just for the lid won't fall off and transport or moving things. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna turn up the radio for a second. In it. That was the end of that song too. That was a good song. Alright, moving on. Alright, now here is the 454. Another nice little unit. Well, keep in mind those last numbers we just ran. This should be fairly easy, 100 and 300, right? So let's see how this one's going to run compared to that one. We'll start with the radio up on this one, and then we'll bring it down. All right. Yeah, this. Alright, let's get some power hooked up here. Go and get some. Alright, here we go. Shift this down, lower this a bit. Alright, there we go. Now here is a 2 transistor 454 unit. Tried something a little different in here and it still works. But I'll probably, what I changed was input transformer and it works fine. But I don't have the brass for it, I just kind of made that one, made it happen. So there you go, a little 454 unit inside, nice little paint job. Everything's fair and square on it. So that's it, let's light it up. Light it up. Now we're going to go full throttle on this thing right out of the gate. That's where I left my radio right there. So let's see what happens here. What were we looking at? Let's look at this. Audio, 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 audio. That's a 1,000-watt slug. Audio, 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 audio. So show me about $1.25. Let's see what it's doing here in 500. Audio, 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 audio. About 110 there, 120. And the digital RMS. Let's look at this. Let's just focus on this, in fact. Audio, 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 audio. So that's doing 125, and the peak, the other one did 100, and then the peak did 300. Let's see what this does. Audio, 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 audio. Pretty much the same. Now, look at the amperage here. Audio, I didn't look at this on another one. Audio, 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 audio. 22 to 24 amps. Woo woo. Get some of that. Now we're going to roll this back where I was all the way down. So let's see a handicapped radio run into this. Audio, 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 right there, inputs, audio, 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 a 2/10, their amperage, audio, 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 21 amps still. Is there a peaker tweaker? Did we lose any? Audio, 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 275, audio, 12. So, actually did a little less peak than the other unit. Audio, 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 100 watts RMS. Now that's with a really soft radio, just like I started the other video. Audio, 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 audio. So, we're looking at 100 watts RMS. Let's roll this thing back. If it doesn't met all the way minimum, if it measures. Audio, audio, audio. It says 25 watts there. Let's look at 1,000. Audio, audio, audio. Probably right at 25 watts, I guess. So about halfway. Audio, audio, audio. Showing me 50 now. Audio, 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 audio. Right close to it. And peaker tweaker, 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 200 now, 225 audio. And we'll look at the peak and tweak up here on the 1,000-watt slug audio, 12, 12, 12, 200. So, again, nice little driver, cool driver. These fillers, as I call them, are the guys that really want to take and underdrive their stuff, or just get the stuff where it just cruises. You're not driving them super hard. And you're going to see as we're going farther up in this line, it's going to, we'll get more and more wattage all the way up to pretty much what Zippy does. Right on top of it, in fact. But let's get through this test. I don't want to get away from these little ones. So we're all good with that one. Quick test, fast test. We got a few more boxes to do. So I'm going to take and just keep unplugging along. I think I covered this stuff. All right. Okay. Moving on up. So we just did a 2290, and then we just did a 454 box, and they're totally right on top of each other. And you're talking just a few watts in the difference. Pretty much costs the same money to build. All right. Now this one here is interesting. This is a 4 transistor unit, and it has 2290s in it. Now, did one of each of these, I believe, as well. But this one, what does it say? Hell, I don't even know what I got here. Hold on a minute, I can't remember what I have. Oh, this is a 3-pill. Alright, let's just go to it then. Yeah, so it went to a 2-pill, now we're at a 3-pill. So this 3-pill is a go-getter. 12290 driving 2 2879s. It's in a 4.5 cabinet. This is a 4.5, so it's the same width, same height, but shorter than a 5 transistor cabinet. So they call it a 4.5. Great little cabinet, got a lot of room in it, but I didn't like the fan. I cut a bigger hole in it. I put a 120 millimeter fan in it because the fan in this kit, it probably needs to be changed, but it should be a 92 millimeter. It had an 82 millimeter for here, and that wasn't going to cut it for me. So I just blew a bigger hole in it, put a 120 millimeter fan on there, and we're all good. Back to running how we're doing it. So again, here is a 3 transistor unit, 12290 and 2 2879s. Now this little box will get up and run. So let's take and get it ready to run. I need things here. Here we go. There's a lot of amps to be testing in one show. It's all good. I jumped down this rabbit hole for a couple weeks, and I just wanted to see what I could do with the stuff that I never did anything with. I'm ready to go on it. The only thing I got to work out is the pricing on the stuff. Other than that, I got a kind of a good idea what's happening with that. So let's just take okay. All right, little green light, potentiometer. Let's see if we can mess some of these slugs up now, guys. See what's happening here. Let me find this. All right, here we go, here we go, here we go. 3 transistors, low drive radio. Then we'll pick it up. Carrier. Make sure everything's working like it's supposed to be. Yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's look at the amperage real quick. This is low drive on the radio. And honestly, I'm sorry, I never showed you guys the voltage. Audio, 14.8, like I said. Audio. 46 to 47 amps on this little 3-pill. Here's your voltage. 12. Staying right there. 12.4. Input drive level of radio. And no DX audio. 7 watts. Input reflection. 5 watts slug. Each line's a tenth. Audio 1, 2. A little over 2 tenths. 500 watt slug. Center scale. Audio. So that's 395 watts. Let's look at the 1000 watt slug. Audio. Same, 380. 280. Sorry. Alright, let's look at RMS here. Audio. 225. I'm so off on those meters. Alright, here's a peak. Peaker, tweaker. That's 500 watts, peak. And the RMS, that will drive a 16 all day long, an 8-pill all day long if they want to match up with it. And I keep saying that because this is a schoolyard bully here. I ain't lying. A 3-pill sometimes will not play nice, but with maybe 1 or 2 of your amplifiers, you think I'm telling a lie? Call anybody. They'll say, yeah, I got a 3-pill. It don't work with this. It don't work with my 12. But it works with my 24. Sometimes it works with my 16. Man, listen. We've had this problem with 3-pills since I could ever remember. So it is part of it, but this is a piece of equipment that I said I'm filling holes. I'm filling potholes here. All right, so I had made this with a Mozilla version. It had one 2879 drive and 2 2879Cs, and that thing ran, I swear, like a 5-pill. A soft 5-pill is what it ran like. So let's run this radio up. And let's say I got a hot radio, a hot Cobra 29, all hopped up, nitrous oxide and flames. All right, we don't want flames, so. All right, let's look at the amperage. We just turned it up. Look at the amperage of the amp, and then we'll look at the wattage of the radio. Audio. Get some of that 55 amp 3-pill. All right, here you go. Drive. Audio, radio. 9.5, 10. And here's your input reflection, audio 1, 2, 3, 4, about 0.3 of a watt. Here's your RMS forward power. Audio, 275, that is sweet. And here's your peaker, tweaker, didn't change. Because the glass is full, but the RMS increased. Now, control. Can you back it down? Sure, we'll just go halfway. Halfway, peaker, tweaker, halfway. It's still pulling that 500. Audio, RMS, audio 200, let's back it down, all the way down, the minimum drive, audio 1, 2, 125, 100, audio 1, 2. And let's see what the peak does when it's back all the way down, audio 450. So, if you're one of those guys that all you do is talk about peak, and this is a peaking and that's a tweaking, don't believe the hype. It's a great thing to know that you're at maximum peak, but you can be at half throttle and still get full amount of peak. You're just not going to have that much RMS drive, and that's the body behind all of this. So what do you think, Molly? Huh? Keep going? Yeah? You gonna say hi? Shit, she's dead. She ate a whole bowl of chicken. All right, so like I said, we're moving forward. This is a 3-transistor unit. I think I covered the high and low sides of things, and the peaking and the tweaking and the RMS. A great little unit. I'm really happy with, again, the 4.5 cabinet. Not happy with the lid, but it's 5 minutes worth of work and knocked a few new holes in the lid. No big deal. So, again, that's number 1. I wanted to take and get 2 of everything before I did this video, but I said, you know, I can build another. So, everything you see on this table is going across this bench tonight is up for sale. First come, first serve. 001 boxes, hand cut stickers. The next set all be cut out by Scooter and Criddle, and I'll be able to put them on there to save a bunch of time. But paint jobs are all going to stay the same. I have to figure out a way to sign it, and what I did here is I scratched into the board. So that's what this one looks like. All right, Bill Bowen, what's happening? Hope you're doing well. You're in and out of the hospital like you got a free pass, buddy. You got to stay out of that joint. All right, let me throw some screws in this and we'll take and move into the next unit. I think this is the last song on this thing. I got to boot up again for that. What's this? So, as you guys are hearing in the background, Psycho Zip's playing. I am not abandoning the Mowatts or the Mozilla or the Psycho Zip line. I'm still going to do those in full custom, just like I have been doing. This is its own line. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm doing 2 transistors all the way to 32, every one of them. So, and they can be either with 2290s, 454s, or 2879 standards. And that's how I'm planning on doing these boxes. Now, I already had somebody ask me, and it's kind of a crazy question, but it's possible it could run. I don't know why they would want to do it, but if that's what they want to do, that's cool. Someone asked me, I think, for a 16 454 box. Sure, it could be done. I'm sure somebody already probably made one. I haven't, but that's okay. I think I'm capable of building an amplifier. I'll keep taking these plugs off these things, off the SO connectors. All right, now this one here is a 4 transistor unit, 2290. I believe that's what it is. Let me look this up first, since the lid's on it. Something good to push on. Psycho Zip. All right, let me get this lid off here for a second. Okay. Yep, it's got 4 2290s in it. Great little box. I'll be right back. Alright, let's get this power hooked up on this one. Alright. What's up, Ann? How are you? Ann West, my sister. Okay, so here's 4 2290s in here. Actually, I had enough room to sign this thing with a Sharpie. It's still running out of room. So, same kind of business in the back end. It's got 4 2290s in it. Now, here's the catcher. I did originally put a potentiometer in this unit. Oh, no, bad idea. The 454 box ran this one over. And that's the 2290 box ran right almost identical to this, and the 454 2 transistor unit pretty much ran over this thing when I had the potentiometer in it. So how it is if you have one of those dual final radios and you want 4 transistor that don't draw like huge amounts of amps, this is a good way to go. You'll increase your power and you'll be able to do it safely without destroying a potentiometer or a single final drive stage. So that is why this one's put together. Now I could do this with 4 454s as well. I chose to do this one in 2290s. I really wanted to see how well they're going to run in a quad. And the reason why I did that, because I was a little familiar with it, because back in the Toshiba days, when I was young and my hair wasn't gray anymore yet, I did boxes like this, and we're going to get more into that in a moment. But this is 4 units, 4 HT 2290s, and let's see how she wants to run out. We'll just start with the radio high, and we'll go from there. All right, let's take a look at our amperage. Audio, 38, 39 amps. Here you go, voltage, amperage, audio. All right, now let's look at our input reflection. Audio, about 3/10 of a watt. I have a 5-watt slug in there. And here is your RMS. 1 2 1 2 audio. 1 2 1 2. So you see, it's only like a 50 or 75 watt increase over a 2 transistor unit with a potentiometer in them. So, but like I said, this one here, if I put a potentiometer on it, it chokes it to death with very minimal attenuation. Audio, audio, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So we're looking at 100, 150, and here's your peaker, tweaker, tweaker, peaker, audio, 1, 2, 1, 2. So 450, let's look at a 1,000 watt slug, audio, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4 1/4, audio, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4 1/4. So pretty much everything is lining up as far as that one goes. And this is 42290s, a higher drive radio. Now, if you don't have the radio, probably not the best idea to run it. You can, it's not going to hurt anything, you're just not going to make any good numbers. So there's a soft radio coming back into it. Audio, 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 about 7. And here's your inputs, audio, audio, about 2/10. Here's your RMS now. Audio, 1, 2, 1, 2, 100 to 125. Now that's starting to run like those 22290s. And you're really low in a pill transistor. 1, 2, 3, 4 peak, 425 peak. And it'll be the same pretty much up here. Audio, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Pretty close. And here is the RMS audio, audio, audio. So that's with a high radio, a low radio. Here's your amperage on the low radio. And 1, 2, 3, 4 audio, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So 32 amps. So there you go. There is repetitive testing, box after box after box, and I still have 3 to go. Y'all hang in there with me, man. There was 36 people. 10 of y'all dropped out of here, but it's okay. I warned you. I warned you. It's going to be a little bit of a marathon today. I got to get a drink, though. Turn this up. Oh, yeah. Ready to rumble. Alright, so we're going to disconnect. We're all good here. 2 transistor units. No sense of taking and keep digging and digging. We've got push and push here tonight. A lot of guys will do a test on one box and they'll stretch it out for 3.5 hours. There's only so much you can do and show about these. Yes, I'm very proud of how the paint job turned out, the stickers turned out, the build turned out, and the peak and RMS. I'm very proud of how everything worked out on this bench. And did I break something when I built this? Absolutely. I did. I broke some stuff, man, and I hate to do it, but this is how you learn. Yeah, I spent a couple dollars. I broke some stuff. Sure did. Had to go to Walmart and say, man, I need this. It is what it is. I'm glad I'm right next door. Alright, what do we got in the hole next? Let's see what's this one. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go with this one. This is a 5 transistor unit. Now hook this up. This is a 5 transistor unit. Buttons everywhere, man. Alright. Alright, so it's gonna blow up. The meter's beeping at me. Alright. One more thing. Pop the skin on it. Alright. There we go. This is the new school of the old school version of the infamous 12290 drive-in 42290s. Wow, what an amplifier. In fact, this thing was retardedly fast. I had to slow it down, and I attenuated this thing out with about 33 ohms because I got it where I was happy with it. Now, it still makes my hand shake a little bit because this thing is just a beast. All right, ready? Here we go. We're getting ready to run this thing. Here we go. All right, we're gonna line it up. Wide open. We're going to start with a soft radio on this thing. Alright, let's check out the amperage. Audio, 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 audio. 60 amps. 60 amps. I'm driving soft here. 12.4. Here's your radio. Audio, 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 audio. 7 watts. 8, 7.5. Input reflection. Audio, a tenth of a watt, tenth of a watt. Audio, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3/10 of a watt. And here is your RMS. Audio, 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 audio. 3 to 325. Here is your peaker, tweaker, peaker, 720, 700, 725 audio, peaker, tweaker. There's the 500 watts plug. Let's see what it does. Audio, 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 audio. Showing about 320 on that one. There's 1,000 RMS. Audio, 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 audio. Right in play there. 300 plus there. Audio 1, 2, 3, 4. Audio, peaker, tweaker, tweaker, tweaker. A little over 7. And we'll go back over to this one, peaker, tweaker, audio 1, 2, 3, about 7 there. And the RMS again, audio, 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 audio. Now that's a mean little driver. Soft radio. I'm just going to run it half back. Alright. There's soft radio hitting it. Audio, 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 audio. You notice you didn't lose much peak at all. Alright? Because you're not going to. You're going to lose your RMS. Audio, 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 audio. So you're a little over about 240 there. Here's your RMS here. Audio, 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 200, 225, audio, audio. Here's your peak. Peaker, tweaker, tweaker, peaker. Alright, now, again, if you go back and look at the 3-pill numbers, they're running really close to the same numbers. Alright? Now I'm going to turn my radio up. Okay? Good. Look at the amperage now. Audio, 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 audio. 66, 65, 66 amps. Look at my radio. Audio, 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 audio. Get some of that, about 8.5, 9 watts. Here's your inputs. Audio, 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 audio. About 4/10 of a watt. They increased a bit. Here's your 500 watt slug. Audio, 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 audio. That's real close to 350. Let's see this one. Audio, 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 audio. Show me 400 there. Let's look at the peak while we're on it. Audio, peaker, tweaker, 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 peaky, 700. All right, let's look at down here. RMS, audio, 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 audio. Good 350. And here's your peaker, tweaker, tweaker, audio, audio, audio. Show me about 6 1/4. Nice driver. Now, the guy that wants to run a 3-pill needs a 5 because a 5 always works. They always work. It's 5. I can't explain it. It's what it is. It just is what it is. So, golly, don't really know what to say. This has got 6-gauge wires in it. It's got a remote jack in every one of these units. The other units all have 10-gauge. When it's time to move up from 10, I got 20,000 feet of 6, black and red, so I use it. So definitely never have to worry about doing a power upgrade on my wiring. I don't have to worry about that with the units that I build. No Chinese wire. It's all 100% copper. So that was one 2290 driving 4 2290s. And this box here is a monster. I actually want to take and put this in my truck and try it into my 24-pill. It's right where I want to be with it. It fills them holes where I'd have to back down the voltage on my zippy driver or back down my radio to take in, not have to control my potentiometer on the front of the box. I always like keeping these forward all the way open, and then if I absolutely have to use them, I can adjust them a bit, and that's what I like to do. The thing about these, you can crack them down just a little bit, and they'll help you, and you're not really going to lose a lot of top end. You're definitely not going to lose any peak. I mean, very little, if any. But the RMS, you'll lose a little bit on top end when you start rolling these back, but when you really roll them back, you can see the attenuation system is just absorbing all that extra power that your radio is dumping into it, and that's what attenuation is. It's designed to take and suck in that extra energy and throw it off as waste energy. But if you have too much, it can't handle it, and then you just start burning things up like potentiometers. So again, dual final radio guys, forget about it. Don't even talk about it. It's a bad idea. All right, moving forward again, that was a 2290 unit. Now, let's look at this one here, since it's the next weakest of the pile. This one here is 12290 driving 454s. Tried to do a couple different things here. You guys notice? So this is what I actually showed in testing. 300 RMS, 600 peak. What did I just say about that? Pay attention to the video, guys, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to find that a couple of these units will do identical amounts of power. They'll do an identical amount of power, peak and RMS. And they could have more or less transistors to do that job. It's just how it works. It's how they're designed and how they're going to design where they're going to take and hold together. Now, no, I wasn't super conservative and say, yeah, I have a 2 transistor unit and it does barely 80 watts. No, I do better than that. I always try to do just that little bit better to give a little bit more push into these units, just in case the guy don't have the radio to handle what the job you're asking him to do. So that extra that I can give you will come out in better play at the end of the line. Golly. Oh, I can't do this sitting down. This is a problem. Tyco's it. All right. Okay, now, this one's kind of interesting. This one here is a little interesting. It's 12290. Originally I had a 454 in there, and I was afraid it was just driving it too hard. So I pulled it out, changed the circuit a bit, put a 2290 in there. I have 4 454s in here, and it's running rather well. Obviously, you've seen the pre-numbers, what was written down, but again, it fills that hole of, let's say, a 3 transistor unit. Some guys don't like 2290. Some guys like 454s. Some guys like 1446s. I hadn't even explored the 1446s yet. And it just, there's so many transistors out there, and it's hard for a one-person builder to take and say, yeah, I can cover all of these transistors. And you have to either remember those recipes or make good notes. I got better memory and I can do it notes, so I just go off memory most of the time. Okay, helps keep you sharp too. All right, so 5 transistor unit, 2290 driving 4 454s, and we're going to start the radio at about 14.9. And let's look at amperage. Audio, 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 audio. 58 amps. Here's your radio voltage. Here's your amplifier voltage. Audio, 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 audio. There's your radio drive. Audio, 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 audio. Alright, we're just hanging up there around 9. Input reflection. Audio, 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 audio. A little over 3/10. And here is the RMS. RMS, audio, 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 300. Look up here to 500. Audio, 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 right close to it. And let's go back over here and go to RMS. Audio, 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 300. While we're here, let's look at the peak. Speaker tweaker, audio, 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 audio. That's a good 500. And let's look at the peak here. Peaker, 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 tweaker, tweaker, tweaker. Audio, 500 to 550. This for kicks. Let's look at the 5 kilowatt. Audio, 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 350. And audio, 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 that's 600. That's where I ended up with that number on the bottom. I moved over to that slug. So, but we've been doing this testing all night on the slugs I announced at 2500. I'm just going to stay there. Either way, you're splitting hairs. But that's with a full drive radio. That works really well. And let's say you don't really need all that. You just take it back it down. Speaker tweaker ain't going to change much. Audio 1, 2. 475 to 500, here's your RMS. Audio, audio, 225, 200. So, all of these boxes, really, you can make it to the same numbers for the most part. The little guys can't make it up to the RMS numbers, you know, over 300, but you get it. 2 transistors to drive an 8, if you'd like, or you could get one of these 5s. You don't have to run it wide open, and you definitely don't have a hard hitting radio like I'm getting ready to show you. Roll it back. Now, if you ain't got a hard hitting radio and you're on 12 volts, not 14, this thing's going to dump. It's not going to do a whole lot of anything. Watch. Audio, 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 audio. That's a 250. Audio, 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 250, like I said. Here's your peaker, tweaker, audio, 525. Peak ain't going to tear your stuff up, man. The RMS is what eats your stuff up. So keep that in mind. So that was with a soft radio wide open, and then soft radio back all the way down to single dude, like diddly. Let's see if it even measures. Audio, 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 audio. That's peak 400. Audio, 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 150. So, again, versatile equipment, variable, up and down. You can control the stuff with the voltage. There's so many different ways you can control an amplifier. It's really, really silly. And sometimes people just have to open their minds up a little bit, or just simply ask a question. Can I do this? Is this a good idea to do it this way? Man, listen, I tell you, I don't have a whole lot of people I can ask, so I just go ahead and I get into it. But if I tear it up, I really hope I was paying attention when I tore it up. So, let's move forward to the next unit, and we're wheeling this pile down slowly and on the street. Alright, here we go. Nice unit. Now, here is the very last one I did, but probably one of the very first ones I did when I jumped down this hole. And this is all 2879s. Now, I made changes in here in the circuit because I wanted to take and experiment a little bit. Don't know if I'm going to take and actually stick with this particular model. I like it. I might stick with it just because it's a good functioning piece. I have played with the different transformer sizes on this, realistically. And negative bias parts. What else did I do in this? Pretty much transformers and bias parts, really. Negative bias parts. Just chokes, really. Alright, one more clip here. Cool. Alright, there we go. There's your unit, 12879. Cute little stage. 4 2879s. Got 1-inch transformers in this one. It sure opens up the back end quite a bit, I'll say that. But, yeah, I ended up putting 1-inch transformers in here. I wanted to try it, and I figured worst case scenario is I could always change them out and put 1.25" in there and it'd be just kind of like a regular zippy box. But I kind of like how it runs. So let's fire it up, see what's up. This is the last one. Man, we dug through that pile pretty quick. All right, let me toss the lid on this one real quick, and we will light it up. Let's put a screw in it because I'm done with looking at that. Alright, here we go. We're going to start off with a soft radio wide open. Cool? Here we go. Let's look at our average. Whoa. Average audio, 68 amps. Seems good. Audio. It's 54 up there. Audio. That's a different meter. Either way. Alright, here's your radio drive, soft. Audio. Input reflection. Audio, 10, 2/10 of a watt. Alright, let's go with RMS. Audio, 4 1/4 to 500 watt slug. Audio. Oh, 350 on that one. That's a tight slug, it's an old one. Audio, 1000 watt slug. Audio. Right there, 4 1/4. Alright, let's look at a Picker Tweaker. Picker Tweaker 1-inch transformer. Audio, 1 2, audio, 1 2. 900 watts. Let's see what's the on the analog. Audio, 1 2, audio, 1 2, audio. Beautiful. Alright, so everything's tracking really nice there. Good little amplifier. Now, say you don't have it all. Let's go about right there. Pika didn't lose much. Audio, Pika, audio. Lost about 100 watts. Let's look at RMS. Audio, 300. RMS, audio, 1 2, 300. Boy, that's beautiful. 1 2 3 4 800 audio, 1 2 3 4. That's a 5-pill hitting super soft right now. We'll turn it back up. Turn this up. Let's make a radio dance a little bit. There we go. Cool. Look at the amps now. Audio. 75, 76. Audio. 66. Hold on. I can't stand this because I know I've used this one for so many years. I know it's correct. I seen that battery light and I said, I ain't gonna run it, but I'm gonna run it. Audio. 65. This meter's a little on the generous side. Alright, we accomplished that. Radio. Audio. 9. Input. Audio. 2/10, a little over. 500. Audio. Now she's up there jamming. 1000 watt slug RMS. Audio. Good 500. Let's see the peak while we're sitting here. Picker Tweaker. Audio. 1 2. A 950 on that one. See the Picker Tweaker on this. Audio. 900. And RMS audio. 1 2. 500 watt box, guys. I like it. You can do quite a bit with everything I have on this table to take and cover a lot of drive. Now, again, Psycho Zip line is still going to be running. I'm still going to do the custom stuff on it. If you guys want that, yeah, it's going to be a little bit more money. I'm going to try to get the prices down on this stuff a little bit and make it a little bit more affordable, a little bit more competitive. But again, I'm not giving you all the average box. I'm not an average kind of guy. I love average and RMS, but I'm not that average kind of guy. I like to give you guys something special. I want you to take and get a piece of equipment from me and be proud of it, take care of it, and it'll take care of you. You start getting stupid, you do dumb things, it's going to break. And then you're going to be mad at who? Yourselves. Because I've already given you guys enough direction even before you buy a unit, and then therefore after I continue to give you direction. So when people buy equipment, and they can buy it from whoever their builder is, that guy may or may not ever answer his phone after you got your box. He may have never answered the phone again. I answer the phone if you're one of my guys or not, and I'll still lend you a hand, give you some good or bad advice. Mostly if I try to give good, but sometimes I'm not 100% right. I try to be 100% right, and it's difficult, but you know, I'm human. But there you go, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the testing that I did. A little information I give you all. I give you all this stuff to take and see you be successful. 1 2 3 South Jersey got all the way down. That's what the song said. There you have it. Molly, come on out here. Let's see everybody. Come here. Come here, Moo. Come on. Come here. What do you think? You're sore. You've been chasing after pipe bees all day, weren't you? You gonna say hi? Molly, give me a wave. What's up? Hi. How are you? You're a good girl, huh? Yeah? You watching Papa work? No, you were sleeping, weren't you? Is that what you're doing? Hey, what you gonna do? Yeah, I got something. Want one of these? What you gonna do for this? What are you gonna do for that cookie? What are you gonna do? Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. Give me the pretty one. Give me a pretty one. Up, up, up. Pretty girl. That's it. Come on. You can do it. You want that? There you go. She's so nice. Such a good girl. But hey, guys, I really enjoyed doing the testing for you. I never did 7 boxes in one little deal, but we got through it. And thank you for hanging in there and bearing with me. I think I got it all covered. So if you're looking for a 2290, 454, a 3 transistor unit, mix and match, 5 transistor units, 4 transistor units, 454s, 2290s, or 2290s driving 454s, they're all great fill-in amplifiers. And I think I needed to do this probably 8 years ago, and I just never did it. Unfortunately, guys, I hate to say it, but I got stuck building a lot of big school buses over the years. And at 16 and up, months on end, I'm not complaining one bit. I love doing every one of them. But they just take and consume so much time to build those big units. I wasn't never too concerned about a driver. Everybody had a driver laying around. Everybody had an old Dave Mate or an old X-Force or a TNT or Killer Bee or Texas Star, and they work. They work fine. But you know, if you're looking for something different, I definitely got it. I don't know how many other people offer them like this, but I'm doing this as my version of what's available in this world, and this is my configuration and how I put it together, I guess would be the best way said. So with that said, I am going to slide out of here. I have to shout out to my buddy Adam out there in Canada. He's been a big support on what I do. I talk to him pretty much daily, and we spend quite a bit of time on the phone, and he missed out on some of this testing that I did. He was in on a lot of the testing, and it's always nice to have an extra set of eyes or ears as far as that matter goes, because I conversed with Scooter many times about the wattages and such, and even Fat Boy as well. But at the end, we're just trying to take and give you a product that you will be able to drive your equipment and have options with it. And it's not you're stuck with a 5-pill or you're stuck with a 2-pill with me no more. I've turned a page on that, and I opened my mind up a bit, my abilities of what I can do, and I utilize that ability. Obviously, I built quite a few amplifiers here in a pretty short period of time, but I did really, really thorough testing. So with that said, I am fully convinced that I'm totally happy. Molly's happy with it. Love the sticker. Everybody's seen the new decal, 123 South Jersey. They love it. This decal is going to change, as you see on the front of them. It's all going to be there, but it's going to change a bit. Where I have to cover holes, I still do that. I'm using a decal to do that and such. So this one actually had a big 123 on it. This one had a smaller one on it. It's just how I was putting things together, and wanted to do something different. And the knobs are different sizes as well. So at the end, if you don't want a white light bulb, I can put a different color in there. So if you're like want blue or red or yellow, green or white, I have that. So I can change that for you guys anyway. But the boards are always going to be black, and it's all going to have still the fan grills on them, feet under them, all the screws in it, slew cord keepers, and all the things that my normal standards are. And I produce a nice little line of amplifiers for you guys to fill the holes in your drivers. So go on and look at your gear and see if you got drivers that are covering what you need to cover. If not, hit me up. So that said, sliding on here. Y'all take care. God bless. Welcome to the end of the weekend. Guess what? Tomorrow's Monday. So let me slide. Y'all take care. God bless. I'm out.